Hey guys, what's going on? It's Odin. Hey guys. I hate that intro. Every YouTuber does that. Hey guys. Yo, what's up guys? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Greetings everyone. That's not any better. Before I get into today's video, I just want to remind you all that I stream over on Twitch 3 days a week and sometimes on the weekends. I just got my new camera, as you might be able to tell, and I did my first stream with it yesterday, which went terribly because I forgot to do a quality check beforehand, and there was lots of flickering with the game filter that I was running. So if you head over to my Twitch channel, I apologize for that VOD, but hopefully today's will be a little bit better. On to today's topic of the video. Now, the reason I'm making this video is that it was just going to be a Twitter post. I'm not really an unboxing channel or necessarily a tech review channel, but I had enough people ask me on stream about what my peripherals are, and I talked about getting a new mouse, and I had a couple of people ask me about that, so here it is. This is the Logitech, just put that right in front of the microphone. This is the Logitech G Pro wireless, and you have probably seen this mouse, and for a good reason. It is a very, very good mouse. If you read all the reviews for it and talk to people who own one of these things, they will tell you it is fantastic. Now, the reason for this mouse being so popular, and I know what you're thinking, wireless mouse for gaming? Really? Well, technology for wireless mice has actually come pretty far, believe it or not, where it used to be a concern that there was enough input delay using a wireless mouse over a wired mouse that you would actually lose a fight maybe in an FPS because of it. That is no longer the case. Specifications, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. Let's just bring this back a little bit here. 1 millisecond delay. If you're not familiar with the breakdowns on response curves and response times, which I'm no expert on either, I can just give you the simple answer, which is that there is virtually no difference between using this and a wired mouse. Now, there is an option to use this wired, and that is how it charges, unless you buy the additional charging station, which another great feature of this mouse is that it can charge on a mouse pad that has a wireless charger in the corner. I didn't decide to go that way because it's not really a big enough advantage for me personally to spend the extra money on it. It is a little bit pricey. I think it's like the same price as the mouse, so you're paying double. I got this mouse for 120 bucks on Amazon. You can expect to pay roughly the same. It's not really subject to the price gouging issues that we're seeing with like webcams, for example, due to COVID. So that's about the price you're going to pay for it unless you find a deal online or a coupon. So we'll bring this to the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, it shows up nice. So 16,000 DPI upper limit, which is fairly common for a mouse nowadays. Talking about no acceleration and stuff, the big thing is this one right here, 80 grams. This mouse is incredibly light. Now, what I'm using right now is a Corsair M65 Pro. I had an M65 normal one, which I actually ended up liking better over the lifespan of it. I've only had this mouse for about 4 or 5 months, and it's kind of already started to crap out on me, which, you know, that's expected. Every once in a while, you just get a product that doesn't meet up to the QC standards. That's life. But in terms of the overall build quality and usability of the mouse, I actually ended up enjoying my original RGB M65 more than the Pro. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But I don't want to do like a over-the-top unboxing for this thing, so I'm just going to show you guys what the contents of this is. It's a pretty nice, satisfying pull, kind of like opening up an iPhone. And there we go. There's the mouse. I'll pull that back so you can actually see it. And I was actually covering up the logo. Go figure. This thing is, it's like a paperweight. I barely feel it in my hand, especially in comparison to the Corsair. So the one thing I like immediately about this is the feet distribution on the bottom. I just put that down on my desk and it feels fantastic. It slides a lot nicer than my mouse, and that could be a little bit due to the weight. So the USB charging port is here on the front, and it's got this nice like carbon fiber texture. It's solid plastic, but it's sort of got the feel to it. I can't actually even tell. I feel like it's so fine that it's difficult to tell if this is like a textured surface or if it's just the way the plastic is grooved. Anyway, the rest of the box contains what I assume is probably going to be the charging cable. There's a little booklet in here. This is the USB receiver and what looks to be side grip replacements. As far as I know, there are button replacements for this mouse. So in that box, there are actually some button replacements for the sides of the mouse. You can change these out. I am pretty content with the ones that came with the mouse, but they seem to be a little bit textured and different shapes, so you can get them right to your liking. The USB pass-through here for the charging cable actually has a USB that will connect to your computer. That way you can use it as a wired mouse while it charges. And you'll see the mini USB output on the other side, and just your typical wireless receiver. The rest of the box just contains the cable, and I don't know if there's any documentation in here, but if there is, it's probably in this box. So there's a little booklet in here with a little bit more Logitech branding and product stuff. There's another booklet in here which describes how you can replace the buttons, as well as taking off the bottom panel, which is just held in by magnets. You can sort of twist it to the side and push it off. You'll see there are two little magnets in there that hold the panel to there, so you can stick the USB receiver in there. They did actually provide a cable, and I actually quite appreciate this. Rather than just having a straight up mini USB, they did improve the connection by putting these little dongles in here. And if you look at the front of the mouse in the previous shot that I showed you, there's an insert where you can put these two in there, so it'll give you that extra stability, and you don't have to worry about it coming unplugged while you're playing. If it like hits the back of your desk and gets snagged on something, it's not gonna just rip out. And as you can see, it just sort of plugs right into the front right there, and that extra stability gives it a nice, I had, tug on that pretty hard to get it out, so these three little prongs just insert right in there. And it looks like the little USB adapter that the receiver was sitting in is actually a peripheral to use with the charging mouse pad. I don't have that, and I don't really care, so I'm not going to use it, but I'll stick it back in the box. And of course, they give you a nice little sticker to stick on your computer case, or just right over the lens of the camera. Now I just want to mention that I am by no means a pro review channel, so I might have gotten one of those things wrong, but I just wanted to show off the mouse because I've had a few people ask what I was upgrading to, and it's a pretty nice mouse. I'm excited to get to using this thing. I've got it plugged in now, and it's powering up, and as you can see, the little Logitech logo is change of colors on the back there. There's an indicator right here, which you probably can't see at the moment because it's plugged in and charging, but it will show you how much battery life you've got left. It says on the side of the box that this is an expected 48-hour lifespan with RGB on. With RGB off, it says it's around 60 hours, which is pretty phenomenal. And there's one other thing that I forgot to mention, which is that it says 16.8 million sync lights on the side. What I think that means is it's got a lot of different colors on the spectrum that it can go to. Like most modern gaming mice, this does have software that you can download to adjust things like the DPI and create macros for it. I'm getting a little aggravated because the cord that I put out the back is already getting stuck on stuff, which I can't wait to unplug this thing. Already, I really like the click responsiveness on this. It's got a really nice tactile feel, which, I mean, you'd expect to get that from a mouse nowadays, but it's just, you don't have to put a lot of pressure on it, but at the same time, I have a problem where my middle finger is a little heavy. For some reason, I tend to right click a lot when I'm just kind of sitting idle. It drives me nuts. I usually have to take my hand off my mouse so that I don't do that. Otherwise, I'm right clicking on YouTube videos. But this actually has a fairly good resistance to it. I can kind of rest my hand there, and I don't really have that problem so much. I guess it's maybe because of the shape of the mouse sort of curves up right here and lets my hand rest a little bit more there. I have a pretty big hand in comparison to most people, so for me that tends to be an issue. But if you have a normal hand or a smaller hand, you'll probably find this mouse pretty comfortable as well, because you can sit pretty far back on it and still get a good grip, and click pretty far back on the mouse buttons and get nice even pressure throughout. It doesn't really feel like it has that lever action going on where the mouse has to be clicked towards the front to get the full click. It feels like you could click all the way back here and still get pretty active pressure, which is great. I like that a lot about this mouse. I'll post my thoughts about the mouse once I've got a chance to use it a little bit more on Twitter. Make sure you follow me over there if you want to hear more about that, and also get notifications about when I go live in case you're not on the channel. Go drop a follow. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? You see some more of this. And I can't do the little like hand thing anymore because I'm using a proper camera, so now I have to use the lens. Sorry guys. See you in the next one.